Daniel, is something the matter? That cheerful smile made my anger explode. I didn't sign up to be thrown into a place that feels like a detention camp. James let out a chuckle and said with a laugh, "This place is a poor man like you, Daniel." "What did you say? Showing up to our hotel dressed like that? You've got to be a broke fool. I bet you won that room by chance in some raffle. Didn't you?" I had no comeback when he pointed out my appearance. He wasn't wrong. I clenched my teeth. "Why are you even here?" I motioned for the bellboy to leave and turned my eyes to the TV. I was satisfied with the program James was watching. "Thank you for watching," I said. James looked confused, glancing back and forth between the TV screen and my face. "Actually, I'm the producer of this show." "What?" James's surprised voice filled the room as he quickly sat back down on the couch. "I really hoped you'd watch today's broadcast, but I'm honored to see you already prepared." "Hello, everyone. Welcome to Revenge Office *. Today I'm going to share a new story with you. Let's get started. I am Daniel Moore, a producer for a major TV network's news program. Our show airs nationwide at 8:00 a.m., and it consistently ranks #1 in ratings for that time slot. At 52, my body is starting to show signs of wear and tear, but I love my work and feel like it's my true calling. It's not uncommon for me to miss the last train and sleep at the office because I'm so absorbed in my job. Still, my wife, Maria, who's 14 years younger, never complains and keeps things running smoothly at home. We met at work. She used to be a news anchor on one of the shows I produced. She left her job when we got married. Our 10-year-old son, Charles, is a smart kid and someone we're proud of, though he can be a bit of a handful sometimes. I do wonder if I should have been stricter as a father, but I don't dwell on it too much. Even though I don't spend much time with them, I earn a good living, and my family never struggles. It's a fulfilling life. I had been swamped with special programs through New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, but by mid-January I finally got a late winter break. "How about we go sightseeing for a change? You should take it easy since it's a rare break," my wife suggested. Taking her advice, I decided to treat myself and do a little family outing by booking a stay at a luxury hotel. Everyone knows the Imperial Rich Hotel, and when you mention staying in a deluxe room on the premium floor, it's bound to make anyone envious. Even my son, who had been pestering me about going on a trip, lit up with excitement when he heard the hotel's name. The plan was to spend a lazy morning, maybe visit the salon, and then head to check-in. But for a TV producer, that's a far-off dream. To take time off, I needed to ensure everything was in place so my absence wouldn't be felt. That meant I couldn't even return home and had to meet up with my family directly at the hotel. With a scruffy beard, messy hair, and a wrinkled dress shirt I'd been wearing for days, I didn't have time to clean up and went straight from the office to the hotel by taxi. In the lobby, my wife was sipping a welcome drink, dressed in a black dress with a beige jacket, while my son sported corduroy pants and a knit vest. "Sorry to keep you waiting." "No worries. You must be exhausted. I brought a change of clothes." "Want to change?" My wife glanced me up and down and said, "Before dinner is fine. Let's just get checked in for now," I responded, and Maria nodded and finished her coffee. The three of us headed to the front desk. An older woman dressed in a traditional gown passed by, clearly giving me a look of disgust. It was obvious I didn't quite fit in with my current appearance, but I was still a paying guest. "Welcome," a staff member in his 30s greeted us with a polite smile, though his attention was more on Maria than me. "I'm Daniel, the one with the reservation." I caught the side of his face with my voice. He immediately gave me a cold look. His nameplate read James Thomas *. "Mr. Daniel? Correct. Please wait just a moment," he said, turning to type on his laptop before looking back up at us. "Thank you for waiting. We have a twin room on the regular floor ready for you." Someone will be here to show you to your room shortly." I interrupted him. "Hold on a second. I reserved a deluxe room on the premium floor, didn't I?" The man kept his smile intact as he responded, "I apologize. A premium member arrived unexpectedly earlier and requested the deluxe room, so we had to accommodate them." "What?" My voice cracked in disbelief. "Shouldn't the reservation come first?" "I'm sorry, but there are no deluxe rooms available now," he replied with a face that showed zero remorse, completely ignoring my complaint. "Dad, what does that mean? Isn't it supposed to be deluxe?" My son tugged at my shirt, clearly confused. Maria raised her eyebrows in concern but stayed quiet, watching how things would unfold. At a signal from James, a bellboy in a cap appeared. "Mr. Daniel, allow me to escort you to your room." He grabbed the travel bag at my wife's feet and hurried toward the elevator hall. Reluctantly, we followed him. The elevator stopped on the 3rd floor, and we stepped out into a chilly corridor. "Here is your room. If you need anything, please contact the front desk. Now, if you'll excuse me," the bellboy said after placing the luggage down and offering a deep bow. He left without making eye contact. The room lights were off, but the daylight streaming through the window was enough for us to see everything clearly. We stood there, speechless. In the corner of the room was a small table, and mounted on the wall was a tiny 15-inch TV. The mirror on the wall was so small it looked like something for applying makeup. The beds were lined up in the middle of the room, and there was barely enough space for one adult to squeeze through between the bed and the wall. Looking down, I saw stains on the carpet, probably from spilled coffee and cigarette burns. The one door led to a cramped bathroom, and it was so tight that if you sat on the toilet, your elbow would likely hit the bathtub. "This place is tiny, and doesn't it smell weird?" Charles said, pulling a face. I had noticed it too the moment we stepped in. The room was filled with a nauseating stench, like a mix of cigarettes, mold, and dust. "This is just..." Even my wife, who had stayed silent the whole time, covered her mouth, looking visibly uncomfortable. "I'll get them to change the room right now," I said, grabbing the phone to call the front desk. I demanded that a staff member come to the room immediately. Before long, the doorbell rang, and it was the same front desk clerk from earlier. "Mr. Daniel, is there something wrong?" His cheerful smile triggered my anger to explode. "What is this room?" "I reserved a deluxe room," I shouted. "Calm down, dear." My wife tugged on my arm, but there was no way I could hold back my emotions once they flared up. I didn't book this place to be stuck in some detention camp. James snickered and said with a laugh, "A poor man like you, Mr. Daniel, is well suited for this room." "What did you say? Are we poor?" my son asked in confusion, his eyes wide and innocent. "Only an ignorant, poor man would show up at our hotel, dressed like that. I bet you won a free stay in some random raffle, didn't you?" I had no comeback when he pointed out my appearance. He wasn't wrong. I clenched my teeth in frustration and regret. "Will we get the same food as the other guests?" my wife suddenly asked. "Yes, we'll prepare the same meals," James responded. "Great, Charles, we're having a feast tonight." "Awesome," my son said, his mood instantly lifted. "Kids are so simple. No matter what room we're in, once we're asleep, it won't make a difference. We can always come back another time," my wife said, her tone positive and understanding. "We'll charge you the rate for the twin room plan," James added. "Of course. Now get out," I said, giving James a slight push in the chest. He greeted and left the room. "We're never coming back to this dump of a hotel." I yelled after him, slamming the door James had exited through. Maria let out a sleigh chuckle. 1 month later, I was back at the Imperial Ridge Hotel, dressed exactly as I was that day, disheveled after a night shift. I had spent 2 days at the office in preparation for today's broadcast. It was the busy checkout time, and I scanned the front desk, but James was nowhere to be seen among the staff rushing to attend to guests. I grabbed a bellboy and asked, "Is James Thomas, the front desk clerk, here?" "James just finished his shift and is in the staff room," the man answered, looking a bit confused. "Take me to him." "What is your business with him?" the bellboy asked. "I'd say it's a matter that could determine this hotel's fate," I said, enough mystery in my tone to make the bellboy's face pale. "Right this way," he said, leading me down a hallway into a room marked *staff only*. James was lounging on a sofa, dressed in a casual suit, watching TV. "Hey, how's it going?" he said lazily, glancing my way before suddenly doing a double take. "What are you doing here?" I motioned for the bellboy to leave and turned my gaze to the TV. Seeing the program James was watching, I felt satisfied. "Thank you for watching." James looked back and forth between the TV screen and my face, confused. "Actually, I'm the producer of this show." "Whoa!" His voice up in shock as he quickly sat up straight on the sofa. "I came by to make sure you caught today's broadcast, but I'm honored to see you're already prepared," I said, flashing the most polite smile I could muster despite my scruffy appearance. "What is going on?" "Please keep watching." The live news program was going through the previous day's headlines, one by one. Next up was the sports segment, followed by a special report that dug into local issues based on viewer tips. Here it comes, "Today, we're exposing the shocking practices of luxury hotels that don't treat their guests like guests." The hotel's sign wasn't shown, and the surrounding area was blurred, but anyone familiar with it would know this footage was of the Imperial Rich Hotel. James's face turned pale. The video segment began. The camera panned over a hotel room, shot from an angle that made the dimly lit space look even smaller. The rundown facilities and the stained carpet were all highlighted as the narrator described the room's poor condition. The footage then cut to a person in a black dress, sitting on the bed. Their face wasn't shown, only the body from the chest down. The room I reserved was supposed to be a deluxe room on the premium floor, a voice altered for anonymity said. But for some reason, we were moved to this room because a hotel member showed up without a reservation and requested the room we had booked. Then, a young boy's voice cut in. I was looking forward to the breathtaking night view from the 30th floor, but all we can see is the wall of the building next door. There are 3 of us, my husband, son, and me, but there are only 2 beds. Last night, my son and I had to squeeze in together. How is it even possible that a bed in a luxury hotel is smaller than the one we have at home?" "Unbelievable," another voice chimed in. "We were lucky we brought our own towels and other amenities, because the hotel barely had anything. When I was taking a shower, 2 spiders came down from the vent. It was so gross." The most shocking part came when the narrator said, "The front desk told us, a poor man like you belongs in this room." The segment ended and the screen switched back to the studio. The anchor and commentators began sharing their thoughts, all criticizing the hotel's treatment, the state of the room, and the front desk clerk's attitude. "Our investigation revealed that this floor is currently under renovation, and the room the family stayed in is usually not in use. The hotel is now conducting a full inquiry into the matter, and we will continue to pursue the truth on this issue." The anchor explained as the segment ended. I turned off the TV. "Did you enjoy that?" I asked. James hung his head, burying it in his hands for a while. But suddenly he lifted his face and flashed a smug smile. "Who gave you permission to film here?" "Permission?" I asked. "If you filmed without consent, it's copyright infringement and disruption of business. You're the one who could face legal charges," James said triumphantly. I handed him a piece of paper I had prepared in advance. "This is an email from your hotel's PR department. It had arrived about 6 months ago, addressed to my show." Dear Sir/Madam, we trust this letter finds you well during this time of extreme heat. We are writing to extend our deepest gratitude for your continued support and cooperation. Our Imperial Rich Hotel has been greatly affected by the recent global pandemic. Foreign tourists are nearly non-existent, and even domestic visitors have been few. Therefore, we kindly request that your esteemed media company feature our hotel. We would be honored if you could visit in person and capture the appeal of our rooms, as well as the voices of our guests, in your footage. It is our hope that through your program, we can share our heartfelt hospitality with viewers across the nation. We are happy to work with your schedule, so we kindly ask for your consideration. Sincerely, Imperial Rich Hotel PR Department. They said the filming could take place anytime. So we shot the hotel's actual conditions and interviewed the guests. The guests were, of course, my wife and son, and I was the one who did all the filming. I always carry a handy camera just in case something like this happens. This is nothing like what we requested, James snapped. It's the media's job to report the truth. Or are you saying your guests lied in their testimony? I shot back. James clenched his teeth so hard I could almost hear them grind, but he had no response. Well then, goodbye. The next visit will probably be from our director for more coverage. As I left the staff room, I passed through the well-dressed guests in the lobby and exited the hotel. The reaction to that day's broadcast was huge. Even though we never mentioned the hotel by name, many viewers recognized the Imperial Rich Hotel from the exterior shots, and the story quickly spread on social media. I thought it was a prestigious hotel, but I'm so disappointed. I wouldn't stay in that pigsty even if they paid me. Shouldn't the staff who handled this come forward and apologize? I stayed there once, and there was a really arrogant guy at the front desk. Soon, magazines and other TV shows jumped on the bandwagon, and the hotel was bombarded with requests for interviews. I even got several offers to buy the footage I had filmed. The lobby was bustling with visitors, the hotel now the center of public attention. While this wasn't the PR they'd hoped for, they certainly got plenty of it. It didn't take long for the identity of the staff member who insulted the guests as poor people to be uncovered. You can't underestimate the power of the internet. James's name and face were quickly exposed online. A magazine even interviewed his ex-girlfriend, who revealed that he had a habit of bad-mouthing hotel guests. Naturally, James was fired immediately. Now that he's so infamous, finding another job will be next to impossible. Too bad for him. Though if he's that desperate, I wouldn't mind hiring him as a janitor at the TV station, if he's even interested. In the midst of all the chaos, I received a letter from the Imperial Rich Hotel at home. Inside was an apology letter and a free stay voucher for a deluxe room. I considered using that as material for another segment, but my wife stopped me. So I ripped it up and tossed it in the trash. I'm thinking of booking another luxury hotel for the three of us next time I get some time off. Whether we'll finally get to relax or if a new adventure awaits, I'm already excited.